Hey guys, Dr. Berg here. In this video, we're going to talk about what is the absolute best diet for swollen feet and ankles, okay? Now, the first thing you need to know is if you have this condition, you have to realize it's a major problem. It's not a little thing. And a lot of times people kind of brush it off as, oh, you just have fluid retention, go to the doctor, get Lasix or a diuretic and push the fluid out. No, you need to really realize that it's a major problem either with the liver or the kidney or the heart. And you really need to take a systemic approach or a whole body approach, because what's happening in your ankles is happening in other places too. And there's several mechanisms. Like, for example, you can have an imbalance with electrolytes, okay? But that's more unlikely because when you have like either pitting edema or you're pressing in there, it's usually the organ that is failing. So it's usually more of a low protein in the blood. Now, it's not just a matter of eating more protein to get more protein in your blood so you can push the fluid out. That's not going to work because really the liver and the kidney are not allowing the production of the right types of protein. Like your liver takes from the blood amino acids and makes a certain protein called albumin, which goes in the blood, and then it actually helps in the transmission of fluid to the blood. And when this conversion doesn't happen because the liver is damaged, then you get all this low protein albumin in the blood, and then the fluid kind of goes out of the blood. All right, so the protein keeps the fluid in the blood, correctly. So here's what you have to do as a foundation. You need to get the diet corrected, and it starts with vegetables. That is the first thing you need to start including. If you're doing like a cup of vegetables that are steamed or cooked, you're never going to get well. You have to do large quantities of raw salads and vegetables. And I'm not talking about iceberg lettuce. I'm talking about spinach, kale, high quality vegetables, because this has a lot of great things, enzymes and minerals to help push the fluid out and also make you feel better. But also people do like apple cider vinegar, which is a great thing. Sometimes they'll do certain fruit juices like watermelon juice or melon juice to push the fluid out. That will work, but it's usually temporary. So you just have to start including vegetables in the diet for the potassium, the enzymes, and also just to heal the organs. Quality protein. You don't want to do, if you have swelling in the ankles, don't be doing like protein powders. You want to do like high quality from the health food store, grass-fed, either beef or fish or seafood. You want to do a high quality protein, okay? Not a fast food, burger. That's not going to work. You're going to have to get the sugar out for sure. That's a given. I'm not even saying that because I'm assuming you already know that, but you cannot have sugar on this at all because sugar is just going to cause swelling just on itself. Now, the other thing that's really powerful is an enzyme called serrapeptase. Okay, if you've never heard about this, you need to know about this. Serrapeptase basically will dissolve scar tissue. It gets rid of fibrous, unwanted tissue. It dissolves clots in the arteries. It improves circulation. It helps inflammation. It also will help the cirrhosis on the liver. See, what happens with the liver is it has an inflammation state and then it develops scar tissue. And most people with this edema in the feet have a bit of cirrhosis, that's scar tissue in the liver. This enzyme will help to dissolve that. So this enzyme comes from a silkworm, okay? But I think they can now make it, they can ferment it and make it in a certain way. I don't know the whole mechanics, but this is one of the best solutions for fluid because it opens up your circulation. It helps repair the liver, especially the scar tissue, and also the kidney too. So it just gets the circulation going so you now can actually have a better proteins. And it just so happens this is a very powerful enzyme for proteins, okay? But it won't harm your own body's proteins. It only seems to go after the proteins that shouldn't be there. So that's good for so many things. So anyway, that's what I'm going to recommend if you have this. And I would it's a little pricey to get something, but I would get something like 120,000 international units, or maybe even if you can find it, 250,000 IUs of this enzyme, and take it several times a day on an empty stomach. If you take it with food, it won't work, okay? So it goes into the blood and starts cleaning, and that's a real good way to correct the liver. But the reason I talked about this last is that I want you to correct the diet first, so you're not just dependent on some magical pill that's going to heal everything. You have to fix the diet, but this is just going to enhance everything and really get you in good shape. All right? Thanks for watching. Put your comments below.